Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl LWL. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to jump right into this video. I'm going to show you how I apply my makeup step by step. It is definitely beginner friendly, something so simple to do. I always start with a clean face. Now, some of the steps that I do, guys, you don't have to worry about if you're not comfortable doing it. But I'm going to use this makeup remover from Equate. And it's basically the knockoff to Neutrogena. Equate is the Walmart brand. They basically perform the same. I'm also going to use this micellar cleansing water, and I use that around the delicate areas of my eyes to remove mascara. Because for some reason, mascara is always around. So I also use cotton swabs to remove the stuff around my eyes with the micellar cleansing water. And as you can see, I still have remnants of makeup. So I just want to make sure that my canvas is extremely clean before I start applying any type of product to my face. So you always want to prep your lips, and I'm going to use Vaseline Lip Therapy. I'm going to be wearing a matte lipstick, and I usually tend to lean towards matte, so they can be very drying, and I wanted to make sure that my lips are always hydrated and ready for lipstick. And my next step is to apply moisturizer. Now, moisturizer of your choice. I'm using a Aveeno hydrocortisone cream because I have eczema, and that really helps tame it. And so I'm just going to blend that in. The products will be listed below, guys, and you do not have to use the products that I am using. I'm going to try to give you some alternatives in the description box as well, some affordable ones. Also, I use a mixture of products. I have all different type of brands that I use. And I always start with my brows, okay, when I do my makeup. Then I move to my eyes, okay? So brows, eyeshadow, and then I go for foundation. Just in case there's any fallout with the eyeshadow, you don't have to worry about it because you don't have foundation on it. You can clean it up really simple. Now for my brows, I got something sent to me, a product that I'm really excited to try. And I don't really stray from my brow stuff, okay? But this is called Call Me On Point Pro Micro Tip Brow Definer, and this is in the color Cocoa Coffee. It's from a company called Mia Adora. I love that they show you the steps to complete a perfect brow. I'm going to leave a link above and also below. They also gave me a 20% off code that you guys can use to get 20% off the product. I love that it comes with a spoolie. And I'm going to be using that spoolie to try to tame these brows that I already have. And yeah, guys, I'm a die-hard brow person. And I can already tell that this is a great product by the way that it's going on, the precision of the product. And, you know, I always give my honest opinion on things. So I am not one to lead you astray. I'm definitely feeling this. As I wore it and tested it throughout the day, it did the job. So this is a plus for me, and I'm going to be using them often. My favorite brow pencil has been discontinued, and I've been on the hunt for a new one for the longest time. And my favorite brow pencil is actually by MAC Cosmetics, but it is no longer, they don't make it anymore. So this was like a blessing in disguise when they reached out to me. I'm like, yes. And the fact that it's working, I'm excited. So guys, if you want to see a full brow routine, because this normally is what takes the longest when I apply my makeup, you can click on the link above. It'll also be in the description box to get a more detailed view of how I complete my brows. You know, if you're into brows, but I don't go out the house. Like if I wear no makeup, my two essential products are brow pencils and mascara. So I would have to have my brows done and some mascara on. So for the brows, I'm using this NYX Cosmetics concealer, and I've taken a little concealer brush because that's going to be really precise. I'm going to kind of mention the brushes that I'm using each step of the way so you guys can understand. And also, I'm going to leave a link to my favorite affordable brush company that sells really affordable brushes. You don't ever have to pay a lot of money for brushes, guys. You just want to make sure you have a great quality. But great quality does not mean expensive, okay? And so my favorite is BH Cosmetics. And this is not a sponsored video or anything. But I love them, and I also love the fact that they will give you a guide to what each brush is to be used for. So now that I've applied my concealer, basically that is just to make sure that the brows look very sharp and crisp, freshly done. And I can tell that this brow pencil is on point because as I am blending that concealer out, it is not moving. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is just darken my tail of the brow with that. This is just a flat brush. It's just called the eyeliner brush, and I'm taking that black out of the It's My Ray Ray palette by BH Cosmetics, and I'm filling in the tips. Now I'm satisfied. Now guys, I always fill in my tips no matter what brow pencil I'm using, so just know that has nothing to do with the actual brow pencil. For my lids, I'm using a base. So you always want to prime your eyelids with some type of base. That is the MAC Paint Pot in the color Painterly. There's multiple options for eyeshadow primer, but what it does, it will help your eyeshadow from creasing, and it will also make it adhere. So I'm going into the Nubian 2 palette by Juvia's Place, and I'm taking Madagascar and Morocco with a blending brush, and I'm just going to apply that to the crease. So basically you just apply your brush to the eyeshadow and you shake off the excess, and you're going to apply it to your crease in a windshield wiper type of movement. My tip is to always start light with any type of application process. That way you can build instead of having too much and trying to remove. And when it comes to transition colors, especially for a subtle look, you always want to do a color that is not too different from your complexion. You want a little bit darker, but it will be ideally a brown color. Now I'm going into this Anastasia Beverly Hills Nervina palette, and I'm taking the color Celestial and Rose Gold, and I'm mixing them together. Just going to apply that all over my lid. So what I'm applying right now is the Rose Gold. It is a pressed metal, so you want to pat it on first with your eyeshadow brush, and then you can drag it. Otherwise, it's going to fall all over the place onto your cheeks or just onto your face. So in order to avoid the fallout, you just pat it on and then rub it in. Or should I say blend it in. And so to intensify the look a little bit, that's when I'm going to add the Celestial. I am obsessed with Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palettes. I'm actually obsessed with all makeup, so let me not, go there. But I do love all of her eyeshadow palettes. So this palette is just a very sweet and flirty type of palette. I'm going back into the Nubian 2, and I'm going to take Kenya, which is that deep chocolate color, and I'm going to take a tapered eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to apply that. It doesn't have to be neat, right to the outer corner of my crease. And I'm just trying to add some depth to my eyeshadow. So basically what that is going to do is give it some dimension, and again, right into the outer corner, and I'm going to blend it in and drag it a little bit towards the inner corners. Again, starting very light and then building on. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and apply some eyeliner, and I'm using the MAC Kohl pencil in the color Feline. I'm just going to apply that to the base of my lash line, and I'm taking short strokes, which is the easiest way to apply eyeliner. Don't just drag it from the beginning to end. You want to do subtle little strokes, and then you can clean it up afterwards. Now I'm just taking a little bit of that black from the It's My Ray Ray palette, and I'm using the liner brush to set my liner and to just straighten out the line. Next, I'm going to go ahead and do my mascara, which is the Maybelline Big Shot. And with mascara, the tip is, or should I say the trick, is to start from the base and wiggle your way up. And once you've separated your lashes the way that you want them, I kind of turn my mascara wand the other way to really add some product and to make my lashes bold. I'm going into this MAC Duochrome eyeshadow, and I'm going to apply that to my brow as a brow highlight. And I'm just going to swipe that right under the tail of my brow bone. And I'm just going to deposit that there, and as well as the other side. Now you want to make sure that you blend this out really well. You want this to look seamless. You don't want to have any stark line right underneath your brow, okay? So which is why I love this product, because it's a nice creamy texture and it blends easily. So I'm just going to blend that out to make it look like it's just a gradient process from the lid to that brow bone. Alright guys, so now I'm just going to clean up right underneath my eyes since they are semi-done and move on to my foundation. So I'm going to use a primer. This is from Milani and it is hydrating and pore minimizing as well as oil free. Really, really important for me because I like to have my pores tightened. You use a primer with makeup, or should I say with foundation, so that your foundation will have a smooth canvas as well as something to really adhere to. I'm going to be using this LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Orange. Now this is a color correcting concealer. You definitely don't have to take this step, but this is just another trick if you have any type of hyperpigmentation, which are like little dark spots on your face. Now I do have slight hyperpigmentation under my eyes as well as the corners of my mouth. So I'm just going to use that to kind of mute that out before I put on my foundation. Again, something that you don't have to do, but I'm showing you step by step how I would do my makeup on a regular basis. And this is very wearable. I'm not going to pile up a whole lot of product. To me, this is not a whole lot of product. So today I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, the matte and poreless. And I believe that's in the color Spicy Brown. I'm taking about a quarter size, and I love using a flat kabuki brush to apply my makeup. So then I just basically stipple it on. Now when I say I'm not applying a lot of product, it all depends on what you're comfortable with. As a makeup artist who does bridal makeup and, just a lot of, special event makeup, to me this really is nothing. So you have to just really, really look at where I'm coming from. I know a lot of people have different ideas on what's a lot of makeup and what's not. So you definitely just, use this as a guide. And you also want to, with foundation, as you can tell, my foundation actually does oxidize. It looks a little orange going on, which is fine. It's going to oxidize and it will match my skin. I also match it to my chest, not my neck, because my neck is darker. I do have hyperpigmentation on my neck, so I definitely make sure that I blend my makeup all the way down. But again, I match it to my neck. So to finish up my eyes, I wanted to add some color to my waterline. So I'm just using that same black from MAC, the Feline pencil, and I am going to apply that. Now I feel like when I do apply it, it helps with the puffs that I naturally have under my eyes. To me, it makes it appear smaller. Okay, so I'm just going to go and put a little bit of mascara to my lower lashes. And the easiest way to do that is to tilt your head so that you can actually see the hairs. So this way you won't have any mistakes or apply the mascara to your actual face. So this is just another tip. And I want to do a little bit of contouring. I'm taking this color Film Noir from MAC with a flat angled kabuki brush, and I'm just going to put a little bit of product again. Remember that the best thing to do is to start small. So I'm just going to put a little bit to the hollows of my cheeks and around the circumference, of my forehead. And what this does, guys, it just brings some color back into your face, because once you put on foundation, it creates this monotone look. And, our skin naturally is not monotone. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that and put some around the bottom. Hopefully that will make my double chin disappear, but it doesn't. Can't have everything with makeup. So I'm just going to continue to blend that out. Now, I almost forgot. I want to add a pop of color in my tear duct. That is Fortune Teller from Makeup Geek. I'm just going to take that same brush that I used for my brows, for my brow highlight, and I'm going to use the tip of it this time and just create a little V shape right where my tear duct is. What that does is just brighten your eyes a little bit. It draws the focus right there, so the man can be like, girl, you glistening. Your eyes are, it's a little glow in your eye. And you be like, I know. Okay. So for my lips, it's a combination of 3 products. I'm going to go ahead and kind of remove that Vaseline. And the lip liner is by MAC and the color is Cork. Lip liner in this look is really optional because the lipstick that I'm using, you don't really need a liner. But for me, it's just something that I always do. For the lipstick, I'm using ColourPop. This is in the color Stingray. They also did a collaboration with It's My Ray Ray, a YouTuber here on YouTube. And I don't know if this is they still make it, but you can use Frick and Frack as an alternative. It's almost the same. I mean, there's a subtle difference. And I wanted to add a little pop of pink, so I'm using this NYX Cosmetics matte lipstick. And the color is Natural. And on camera, it's not really showing up as it is in person, but it is giving me a nice pink highlight to the lip. So because I used a matte foundation, I don't have to set my face with powder. I'm going to use my favorite setting spray, and I'm just going to apply that all around, even on my lips. That also helps me, or my lipstick, to last. And I want to highlight just a little bit, add a little highlight, and this is the LA Girl Glow, I believe. I've never used this before, but again, I just want a subtle highlight, taking a little bit, and I'm just going to apply that to my cheekbones and just a little bit to the tip of my nose. And there I am, just blending it out. Alright guys, and that is the completed look. Very simple, very beginner friendly. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure that you share it. Make sure that you are subscribed. And make sure that you thumbs up the video, okay guys? All the links and everything that you need will be below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be blessed, and most importantly, be a blessing. LWL, ooh, 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 L. Smooches, y'all.